How Kado went off the deep end. Why did you do this to me? It was going so well. Kado, the right answer, is a sci-fi anime wherein an other-dimensional alien comes down to Earth. The show grabbed a lot of people, myself included, with its heavy focus on dialogue and striking visual design. I was fascinated to see a being of this nature coming to Earth and offering them amazing advancements such as infinite energy and eliminating the need to sleep. I thought it would explore the socio-political effects of such a thing, examining how exactly people would react, and pitting opposing ideas regarding its morality against each other. That's what I thought, anyway. Kado isn't a perfect show by any means. Though it has good writing and a fantastic soundtrack, like, seriously, just listen. There were still some major issues. Kanata was incredibly obnoxious and felt like she belonged in an entirely different show, and excluding direct exposition, we're given no reason to believe Saraka is intelligent and competent at her job. This paired with some tsundere moments that are really annoying considering she has hardly any direct interaction with Shindo to give us a sense of their relationship, and I personally felt no chemistry whatsoever from the two. Even the episode that was primarily focused on just them interacting was almost entirely one long monologue from Saraka, with very little actual back and forth between them. And though I loved the overall design and had no major issues with the animation, in fact I felt it was quite impressive at times, I feel the shot composition made for a rather dull experience visually. It used very plain framing, and often had an excessive use of long still shots of things like the character's feet or the ground. For an example of how to make a heavily dialogue-focused show still engaging visually, check out Hyoka. Now that I think about it, I had an awful lot of issues with the show, and yet I was still fully engaged. That's how interesting the story was. The concept it seemed to be exploring at the time was one that is rarely covered, particularly in anime. Yet as it dropped the ball, so it went from a show I would easily recommend to any sci-fi fan, even those not fans of anime, to a simple meh of a show that I'll probably forget about entirely within a couple months. So what is this drastic twist? Essentially, the show chooses to shift the characterization of Yahakui Zashunina from that of an ephemeral emotionless being whose purpose in the story is only to influence humanity so that we may see the effect it has on them, to being a villain who is willing to destroy all humanity to accomplish his selfish goal. And before you argue that, oh no, what he's doing isn't bad, come on. Even though it does give hints at him having a redeemable side, the show very clearly characterizes him as being in the wrong, with our likable righteous MC and the emotional anti-outward development love interest Saraka being opposed to him. There's also a dramatic character shift in his actions, seemingly out of nowhere being ready to kill Shindo in an instant before even giving him time to react to his proposition. Now the twist in itself isn't terrible. Far from ideal, sure, but the idea of this alien that requires humanity for whatever reason and tricks them all while having a deeper, darker plan is one that has been done and has been done well. And that's exactly why it infuriates me. This story has been told before. Of course, not every story needs to be new and unique, but the direction that Kado had been going in is completely defeated by this development. I'm infinitely more interested in seeing the effects on humanity from a distant impersonal alien giving things that advance society by hundreds of years, rather than the focus being on yet another bad alien out for his own agenda. This, paired with the fact that I disagree very strongly with Saraka's philosophy, which the show seems to be presenting as the right one, makes for a rather souring experience. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. At the very least it was rather therapeutic to make. Let me know what you thought of Kado in the comments below. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people disagreeing with my stance. As always, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Twitter for more thoughts and updates. Also, check out my latest podcast episode where I'm joined by fellow AniTuber Caribou-kun as a guest. We discuss the greatness of Chiyo Sakura from Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun, and by extension the use of misunderstandings in anime, the play Rope, and a plethora of other things. Catch you all in the next one.